many stones within this village. It makes me feel restless. How did our ancestors once live within such confinement?
Great! No. Well, for a moment there, I was practicing my swamp jelly calls when I saw you passing by. It takes just the right amount of saliva to get their tenor. I'll have to work up another mouthful, but there'll be time for that now that you're here. You can help make my sap dreams a reality. Everyone knows the comfort of being lulled to sleep by the bubbling bog and croaking of frogs, but there's so much more to the music of the swamp. We just need to assemble a quartet of swamp jellies. I borrowed a frog net from my friend in Lilmoth. I'm certain it'll work for catching swamp jellies as well. There are 4 varieties of jellies around here, so one of each color should do. I'll wait here and concentrate on appetizing thoughts. Never seen a swamp jelly. You poor thing. They're wonderful little creatures that float on the wind like feathered seeds that sing, but made of slippery goop. This is why I need you to gather them. People need to see the natural beauty of Murkmire. They like to catch the sea breeze blowing through the marsh to the south along the coast. I'm sure you'll have no trouble if you follow their adorable little calls. The most talkative ones tend to be brightly colored. No, they couldn't hurt a fly. Well, flies are mostly what they eat, but they're perfectly docile, maybe even a little skittish. Just scoop them into the net as gently as you can, and try not to lose the net. I'd never hear the end of it. Salivating. Normally it takes me about an hour to get the ideal mix of phlegm and spit for the proper effect, but I think the anticipation has really got the juices flowing. I promise to be ready by the time you're back. Bark and branch, no. I could never eat swamp jellies. Imagine the sound. Their perfectly pitched little shrieks would be heartbreaking. No, I just want to spread joy and the beauty of the swamp. You'll understand once you've brought the jellies.
Verona? You there? Are you familiar with the local terrain? If so, I could use your help. My wife and I, we came to this god's-forsaken land to get away from the clamor of Vivec City. I fear my poor Verona may have gotten into a spot of trouble. Verona and her beloved pet Drooler went for a walk in the swamp hours ago, and they still haven't returned. My wife can take care of herself, but she's as unfamiliar with this terrain as I am. I fear the worst may have happened. Verona saw some ancient Argonian stonework out in the swamp. She loves to study the techniques of long-dead masons. Use this whistle, and Drooler should come running. If you pet him and tell him he's a good boy, he'll lead you directly to Verona. Drooler loves that whistle. He comes running whenever we blow it. I'm sure Verona just got caught up examining an interesting piece of carved stone, but I appreciate you going to check on her. I'll just wait here in case they return. Drooler's our Bantam Gua. Cute little slobberer was a marriage gift, and he's been with us ever since. He's more attached to Verona than to me, truth be told, and she's trained him well. Just blow the whistle and he'll come running. Verona constantly complains that we never take a vacation, so when the opportunity presented itself, I set up this trip to visit Murkmire. She was suddenly surprised, but I get the feeling she was hoping for somewhere with a bit less mud. We met on one of my construction sites. I was just an assistant overseer on that project, and Verona was one of our stonemasons. She's really good at her craft. Whenever she gets the chance, she loves to learn new techniques for working stone.
Is everything in this swamp trying to kill me? I nearly got smashed to a paste by a mire gaunt, mauled by a salamander, strangled by no less than 4 types of vine. I'm afraid to do business behind a bush for fear it'll take a swipe at me.
the three. I wondered where you ran off to. Did Drula bring you to me, stranger? He's such a good boy. Shiralas sent you. She worries too much, but that's why I love her. We did get a little turned around, and then that creature started sniffing around. Now that you're here, I think we can make a break for it. Drula can lead me back to Shiralas. Come on, Drula. Let's go find Shiralas.
What hope have I? What song have I? A grave stake I have not. It was taken by pale hands away into the swamp. It is lost, just like my egg brother's honorable end. The breeze brings a traveler, a newfound hope. You hold the grave stake of Tunzi, an elder most kind and now departed. But oh, how can I complete my journey? My injury hinders, and the road is long. There is a glade within the swamp, where Tunzi first set eyes upon his beloved. It was there that he wished the grave stake to be placed. As grave singer, I must grant this wish. But perhaps you would be willing to help. I beg your help in this matter most grave. Will you set right what another so cruelly made wrong? A glade within the swamp, where a first love was formed. A tree it once had, but now it does not. It is gone, just as Tunzi is now gone. a fitting place for his memory to rest. They are memorials of lifetimes past. As the years progress, we carve our story upon the wood. Our triumphs and fears, our laughter and follies, all must be remembered. As Gravesinger, it is my sworn duty to protect these memories. Like a battle cry I lead, like a lullaby I soothe, like a funeral dirge I mourn. My song guides the souls of our departed back to the loving embrace of the Hist. It is also I who ensures the burial rites of my tribe. Yes, as Gravesinger, I must ensure this final burial rite is enacted. That is why I traveled to this village, despite my injury. To fail in this task is to disgrace the memory of Tunzi. Tunzi possessed a kind heart and soft word for all. The Moss Skin tribe mourned deeply when he left us. He would often travel to the Brightthroat village to take place in the bonding ritual. It was during this time that he met his beloved. A dry skin visited our peaceful village. I knew there was greed in his heart, but took little heed. The Zanmir hold many useless trinkets that we Zaxleel care little for. But when he fled with the grave stake, I had no choice but to give chase. Yes, though not by the thief's pale hand. Journeying through the darkened swamp, I did not realize a hackwing stalked me. In my haste to escape, I twisted my ankle upon an upturned root. It is because of this that I ask you to fulfill my duty.
Watch your step, Ogel. I have not yet replaced all the planks that Sithis has its eye on. Care it does not take you when it comes to claim them.
Have you seen bottles of Nord beer sitting around anywhere? I was going to offer them to my host for her kindness, but I think they walked off with the rest of my party. Ugh, Orky's naughty nose. They take the beer and forget me.
were you thinking, bringing this thing here?
Look at it, Iskanaz. This was Saxhleel. It should rest with the roots of the Hist.
That is an aberration. You'll poison the Hist with its corruption.
You're heartless.
I am only thinking of the good of the tribe.
Let the Treeminder decide. I regret you had to see that. Sikat Yol is normally a more peaceful, welcoming place to visit. We found this pitiable soul limping his way to our village. I almost took him for a bog blight at first, but this Saxhleel was alive when I found him, if only barely. I tried to help him, but he lashed out and collapsed. He died shortly after. I've never seen anything like this. He's like mud packed too wet, unable to hold its shape. I hope the Hist guides Treeminder Pavu toward an answer. She is never far from the Hist, if it can be helped. That is her home there. Take no offense if she is concerned with more pressing matters.
We should leave it to the bog. Surely you agree. Oh,
Join me,
Treeminder.
Ojel.
The
I've been
Ojel,
waiting.
just as you said.
Greetings. I am Treeminder Pavu of the Brightthroat tribe. The chimes spoke of a visitor's approach. Our Hist welcomes you within its boughs, and so do we. I regret that you arrive for what should be a joyous occasion to find only worries and troubles. We are amidst the preparations for our tribe's most vital ceremony. Now, a warped and withered stranger has died at our roots. An ill omen for the arrival of our guests. I am troubled, Ojel, because I do not hear what the Hist is trying to tell me. These past weeks, the Hist has been agitated. It has given me signs that I believed were warnings for the bonding to come. But now I feel that I've misinterpreted. It is this clutch that is in peril, and it is you who can save it. The chimes speak of pain. Our children are suffering, but they are not hatched. The egg tenders have brought me no concerns about the clutch's well-being, but the Hist always speaks truth. Go with Iskanaz. See what I am blind to. The only thing I am certain of is the Hist's grief. If the Hist tells me our eggs are suffering, then it must be so. The egg tenders either can't or won't tell me what is wrong. So, my hope is you will fare better. The Hist's wisdom is infinite, but our ability to understand them is limited. To commune with the Hist is to see, to hear, to smell, to feel, and even to taste in a way not your own. Discerning the meaning of these signs is not a simple thing. The Hist favors you, but there are other reasons. Secrets kept from a Treeminder may be less well hidden from a stranger. They are not suited to it. Suspicion is not in our nature. I only even consider wrongdoing because I must. I cannot turn to our allies for aid either. If they begin to view our tribe as untrustworthy or incapable, the ties that bind us would break. Unlike many tribes, we welcome Ojel to join in our bonding ritual. Through this, our tribes become true eggkin, and we enjoy peace and prosperity as one. Who would bond with us if we allowed our clutches to come to harm? In that, you see my concern. It is the time when a new clutch of eggs is conceived. The egg bearers and sires are chosen, and through the bonding ritual renew the tribe. It is a significant time for any tribe, but especially so for the Bright Throats. We bond with other tribes. Our bonding ritual is more than a simple ceremony. It is the renewal of our vows. To call it off so abruptly, without explanation, would invite questions of our commitment to our allies. I must know if my fears are justified first.
I will be at their beck and call, Treeminder. This way, Bigogel. I am Iskanaz, Vovaste to Treeminder Pavu. I am at your service. I promise to leave you with a fine impression of our tribe. I am her student, and she is my teacher. One day I will commune with the Hist as she does, and share its wisdom with the tribe. A great duty, and also a great responsibility. You see how it weighs on her. The hardest decisions always fall to her. Oh no, put that from your mind. It is not a normal occurrence, I assure you. My root brother found that disfigured creature approaching our village, clearly injured or ill. It died before it could cause any harm. I only meant to keep it that way. There were similarities, but I question that it was a Saxleal. Maybe once, but not as the thing we saw here. My misguided kin meant only kindness for an unfortunate soul, but that small act could carry grave consequences for our entire tribe. Yes, you understand. I would not wish that terrible fate on any of my tribe, or even my enemies. Not that I have enemies. I am very well liked. And if the Hist was made ill, I dare not think of it. I don't wish to question your knowledge of such things, but it might be best if you speak with the egg tenders before visiting the nests. They can speak to anything you would want to know about our eggs. Oh, I don't wish to speak ill of anyone of the tribe. I only hear idle gossip from time to time. I'm told Keenom has the bad habit of speaking his mind too freely and listening poorly. But I have never heard complaint of his egg tending. Perhaps a tour of the egg tender's quarters is of interest? It is just up the way. Our visit should not arouse suspicion. We host many guests, but your discretion would be appreciated. Ah, Keenum, Mime. We have a guest very interested in our customs. Please, show them the utmost courtesy.
Have you come to learn all you can about egg tending before you witness our bonding ritual? I'm sure Mime would be happy to help you. I am soon to begin my watch of the nests, and I wish to enjoy the peace and quiet a while longer. It is normally quite pleasant, but before the bonding ritual it becomes insufferable. Suddenly the village is full of experts, if you take my meaning. The sooner it's back to just me and the eggs, the better. No, just dries my scales. The eggs are blissfully unaware of all this scrutiny, I think. I don't remember all the gawking and complaining, certainly. Now, if you don't mind, I think Mime would make better company right now.
You really want to talk to me? Visitors never want to talk to the egg tenders. Did you know that we are the only tribe that bonds with other tribes? It may not seem so from the luster of our scales, but it's true. Well, my egg sister Mina had to lay her first clutch with a copper eye that didn't know which direction his tail should face. But no, we care for our eggs, but the Hist guides their development. Not all eggs are destined to hatch, though. They return to the Hist. There are signs to look for. Dry shells, lacking luster, thin membrane, an empty shadow. Inevitably, they sink into the roots and fade away. Those that remain are always healthy members of the tribe. Because they are bright throats, we are shaped the way our Hist desires. You sure? I could tell you about egg rotation. Well, come back anytime. I only ever get to talk to the other egg tenders, and it's not like they need me to tell them about what it's like. sorry about the mess here. Got kicked over during the commotion earlier.
Satisfied with your visit here? There is no rush. Anything in particular that caught your interest? Poison? Oh, this is Dragonthorn. We mostly trade it to the Deadwater tribe, but it's a fairly ordinary medicinal plant. Several of the egg tenders are skilled herbalists. I don't see any reason it would be hidden intentionally. You should visit the Uzith, our nest among the roots of the Hist. Perhaps the egg tenders on duty will provide something more useful. I will meet you at the Uzith, the nesting beds. This is the Uzith, the nest where our eggs are cared for. The egg tenders take every care to ensure that our offspring are healthy and safe.
Can you do this another time, Iskanaz? We're already behind.
This is the Uzith. It is normally bustling with activity around bonding time. My egg-kin must be preoccupied with the disturbing events of the day.
I'm sorry. Did you need something? It's nothing. I'm just upset from an argument earlier. Forgive me. I just felt so sorry for him. The idea of leaving him to rot, I'm sorry. Can we talk about something else? No. Why would you think there's something wrong? What? No. No. That can't be. It can't. I have to go. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Kayak! That's the second time today. What did you say to her? You just doubled my workload. That woman. All the tenders treat these eggs like their own clutches. But for someone who's never bonded, she's the most doting mother I've ever met. She gets her hopes up every time the bonding ritual approaches, but she's never selected. She'd be a good mother, I think, if she ever got the chance, but I'm no tree minder. Oh, are you kidding? I think it's the only thing that keeps her going. She's mopey for about a month, and then she's back to being the most caring person you've ever seen.
Oh my. Hasura. She's not still angry with me, is she? Ah, well, yes. She is a sensitive soul. It is what makes her such a skilled egg tender, but... And I don't wish to speak ill. The river of her heart is so full that it does not take much to flood. I'm sure once she has had time to get a hold of herself, she will return. Perhaps we should continue our search in the meantime. The empty nest. Those eggs were returned to the Hist. Were the eggs poisoned, or was the poisoner's intent to harm the Hist? This is terrible. You are right, of course. Let me think. Think. This dragonthorn looks fresh, so it must have been picked recently. We cultivate ours in a small glade near to the village. That would be the easiest place to gather this much of the herb. Forgive me, but I must report your findings to the tree minder. I will return to your side with all the swiftness of a strangler vine. The glade is not far. I will meet you there as soon as I can. Over here, look! A body in our drying hut. Dead. He looks to be Vishkalil. You can never be certain with the ghost people. What happened here? That dead man is one of the Vishkalil, the ghost people tribe. Are they responsible for our troubles? Who would want to kill Hasura? That makes no sense. And who killed the Vishkalil? Don't tell me you think Hasura killed this Ojel. She averts her gaze from our cook fires for pity of the creatures on the spits. She could never have done this. As mud as my mother, it's true. How could she? Giving our eggs to the Vishkalil of all people. I don't care if they were not meant to hatch. The ghost people should never have been allowed to lay a hand on our eggs. We must tell Pavu. What about Hasura? Let the Vishkalil take her for what she's done. I'm sorry. I did not mean that. They'll kill her, or worse. Asura will have to face judgment for her actions, but it should be the tribe's judgment. You hear that? Asura, is that you? Ha! It's alive! Don't let it get me. Oh. Another of these twisted branches dies among our roots. This is no coincidence. These things must be the work of the Vishkalil, sent to poison our Hist with their corruption. The Ghost People tribe. They make their home in the lightless corners of the deep swamp. Vishkalil only leave their lands to creep through the night and steal the dead. Even the brutal Root House people will return Saxlil dead to their tribes, so they may return to the Hist. Not the Ghost People. They keep those lost souls for themselves, burying the bodies in the roots of their Hist. Or worse. Profaning them in strange rituals that keep souls from the Hist, or giving the dead legs to wander through the murk as dreadful watchmen. They mean to poison the whole village and steal our dead. We must find where these monstrosities come from. We mustn't let this trail go cold. This may be our only chance to find the vile den of the Vishkalil before they unleash more foulness upon us. All the more reason to keep on the path before us. She may have bested the attacker we found, but perhaps there were others. The only thing certain is that she will not be safe until the Vishkalil are dealt with. Familiar scent. I can't place it. This keeps getting worse and worse. If anyone were to discover that we lost eggs to the Vishkalil, we'd never be trusted again. Just looking at these scales make me itch. Please, let it be my imagination. Never in 1,000 lifetimes did I imagine I would willingly seek out a Vishkalil's den. Ugh, that smell. We must be near the Blight Bog Sump. Of course, this is where the Vishkalil would make their home.
I tried to save them. It all went wrong. She promised me she could save them. She promised me we were going to care for them and they'd live. I just wanted them to live. I don't know. She convinced me to bring her these eggs only to poison them. Look what she's done to my babies. How could anyone do something so cruel? I know. A mother knows. Rinakal's poison did this to them. Why? Why did she do this to us? People speak of the Vish Khalil as if they're monsters, but Rinakal seemed warm to me. She listened to me. She understood my emptiness. She took away my pain. I trusted her more than my own eggkin. I feel like such a fool. They don't feel the way I do. How can they? They have been chosen for the bonding ritual. Every day I tend to children that aren't my own. I love them, I really do. But it's not the same. They don't understand. I've tried, but her concerns are always pointed outward. She must think of the good of our tribe. My desires are small compared to the needs of diplomacy. No. Is that what you want to hear me say? That I was stupid, foolish, pathetic? I know it. I can never forget it. When I look at those unseeded eggs, I just see myself, incomplete, broken. Seeing them fade away breaks my heart. Rinakal saw that and offered me hope. I just wanted to believe it. All of it. That we'd all be happy. It was too much to ask. It was for me at first. I thought I could make myself the best choice for the bonding ritual with it. When Rinakal asked me to bring her our unseeded eggs, I rubbed it on the shells to give them time, to strengthen them so we could save them.
Sukhtha! More of these creatures among broken eggs, piled up like refuse.
These were our babies. How could you?
Ugh, don't breathe it in. My nose burns from here. Ew. A terrible odor. It sticks in my throat. We should take Hasura and go. Surely you've gathered enough to prove how dire the situation is. No. No. You're telling me these creatures, they came from our eggs? I thought I was prepared for the worst, but this is abomination. I must warn Pavu. She will know what to do. We are a peaceful tribe. Our village is not prepared to face monsters made from their own flesh and blood. I must warn them. If you wish to wade deeper into foul waters, I will ask the Hist to watch over you. Pavu will know what to do. She must.
It was all a lie, wasn't it? She never intended to help my children live. She doesn't even care that she's hurting them. She's using them, twisting them. She's a monster. She's made my babies monsters. You think they're alive? Please, we have to find them. They need me. I can't let Rinakal keep hurting them. Please, just let me love them, even for a moment. I don't want them to be alone in the end. No, but if my children are tainted by these vile poisons, we may be able to follow their trail, if it doesn't kill us. The air is still down here. The fumes will linger a long time. Rinakal's poisons shouldn't exist. I don't know how, but I'll make sure they never hurt anyone again. The trail leads here.
Poison. This way, or he's bit. Over here. You can make it.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to take the pain away.
Our roots will span These are not our 8 brothers and sisters. Not yet.
I miss the shade of deep fire. I suffocate in this cave. What? I'm tired of tracking them down.
I blame the bright eggs. They are plentiful, but weak like their tribe. Still.
The trail is headed this way. I found you. I finally found you. Please, let us help you. Be careful. I'll try to mix an antidote. Over here. I have an antidote. can't let Renekal do this to anyone else. No one should have to feel this kind of pain. I'm ready. I don't care what it takes. I won't let her hurt my children anymore. It'll be enough to be there and know it's over. I don't want to hurt anyone ever again.
I miss the shape of the deep mire. I suffocate in this cave. Almost afraid to see what Renekal gives birth. These are not our egg brothers and sisters. Not yet.
Soon, Vishkalil will outnumber any tribe. All the tribes.
You wanted to be here when they hatched so badly. Now's your chance. I'm so close. Can't you see that? You can have your children.
These were supposed to be our children. I don't deserve them.
You never did. Kill them!
This way, I can help. I can cure you. Come here. Wait, she's not like the others. See?
She's no danger to anyone. She doesn't have to be like the others. Isn't she beautiful? My little girl. Nothing's wrong with her. She's just a child, that's all. She needs someone to care for her. She needs her mother. I know she looks grown up, but that was Rena Cal's doing. She made her grow, but she never cared for her. She never raised her. That's why she's like this. I can fix that. I'll take her home. I can care for her there. Being part of the tribe will help her. She's a bright throat. She belongs with our Hist. They can punish me. I don't care. I deserve it. But this one has suffered enough. Pavu will understand. She will. No, she isn't ready yet. Can't you see she's scared? When I've calmed her down, I'll bring her home. You go back to Pavu. Tell them it's over now. I want some time with my little girl.
Treeminder, if you saw what I saw, there would be no question.
If you hadn't run, you might understand.
Peace. Here is the one I must hear from. Biko Gel, I have heard much of the tragedy of our loss, and the part you played in ending it. The Hist chose wisely to entrust our troubles to you. We owe you much already, but I have one last request for you, if you would hear it. Hasara betrayed us in ways beyond my imagining. Iskanaz is right to be wary, but when I look upon her and her daughter, I feel only pity. You know the truth of this tragedy better than I ever could. It should be you that decides Hasara's fate. I can sense its relief, the calm of knowing that its children no longer suffer. What that means for Hasara's daughter is unclear. Our Hist does not answer me about Hasara. I feel its faith in us, so I put my trust in you. Speak to the others. Return when you have decided.
You know it's not true what Iskanaz is saying about her. You know it. He's a coward. She needs the Hist. It can help her. She can't be. She just can't. If they won't accept us, I'll take her somewhere else. We'll have each other. That's all we need. That doesn't matter. I'll love her however she is. If I have to care for her until my dying day, I will.
Please, you have seen the horrors that Rina wrought. She soaked that corruption into the very essence of her creations. We cannot allow her poisons to seep into our roots. I beg you. You think me cruel to believe so? I swear to you, it gives me no joy. One day, I might even forgive Hasara for what she's done. But if there is even the smallest chance that showing her pity will harm the tribe, I will close my heart 1,000 times. They should go, far away from our tribe and our Hist. From any Hist. Never to trouble us again. If the Hist believes you are right, then you are right. I will have to hope we did not misjudge its intentions.
This is not a simple matter, nor a matter to be rushed. Take all the time you need. Hasara and Iskanaz will both want to plead their case to you, but I will understand if you do not wish your judgment to be swayed. There are many interpretations. Charitably, it may mean that she is not ailing as the other hatchlings were, but it is easy to see that she is not whole. I must consider the alternatives. That our Hist does not feel her pain because she is not of our tree. When I look at her, I do not see a bright throat, or even a Vishkalil. She is unmarred, tribeless, and her eyes are as blank as her scales. She may be of no tree at all. We are born of the Hist, shaped by the Hist, and when we die, we return to the Hist to be born and shaped anew. Can the same be said of this one? Rina Kal gave her life, but can one born beyond the Hist's roots possess a soul? I have no answer. I can think of no tribe that has had to weigh such a crime. There are many who would put her to death for far less. But that is not the Brightthroat way. If we cannot find it in ourselves to forgive, then we will forget. Exile is my answer. It is often easier to clip a withered branch for the sake of the whole tree. But with thought and care, a troubled limb can regain its strength. Hasara and her daughter are broken boughs, but they may yet be mended if we make the effort to heal them. Then I will hear you as I hear our chimes. What is our stream's course? I feared I was being sentimental, but I am relieved to hear you offer them compassion. The Brightthroats have always navigated treacherous waters by linking arms and unifying our strength. Today shall be no different. We will do everything we can to restore Hasara and her child to unity with the Hist. There will always be a place among our tribe for these two, And for you, Biko. I would be honored to call you rootkin for what you've done for our tribe. Make yourself at home here. You have earned a rest. Come, Hazara. We have ignored your pain for too long. Now it is our pain, and we will overcome it together.
Come, my love. Let's go home.
We should look at your child, Hazara. You as well. The healing hut will be quiet.
Give her a minute more. She's overwhelmed. It's all right, dear. Thank you for this. She'd thank you too if she could. We saved one. With what I've done, I don't know. My heart is so heavy it would sink into the black murk, if not for this small mercy the Hist has shown me. If I can be a good mother to her, then it won't have been for nothing. No, I am lucky to have her. She's my reason for being. Zalcise, sacred sprout. It's a name I hope she'll grow out of.